Hi, everybody. Today we're going to be working on making and building your DNA. So the directions say to complete the steps below to build a DNA strand, convert that strand to RNA, and then convert RNA triplets to amino acids. Hopefully you are referring to this video if you were absent or you need help. So step 1 on page 2, blue boxes, by the way, are always going to indicate your directions. It says step 1, complete DNA number 1 and number 2 by matching base pairs on the left and on the right. So I've given you the left-hand side of the DNA. Your job is to match the right-hand side. So I've given you a key up above, A to T, C to G. So we've talked in class about apples in the tree, cars in the garage. So just to give you a couple of examples here, T is always going to go with A. So I'm going to make a copy of that. And I'm going to put that here. A always goes with T. I'm going to make a copy of that and put it right here. C always goes with G. And so on and so forth. You'll do that all the way down for DNA 1, and you'll do that for DNA 2. For step 2, it says use only the left side of the DNA in step 1 to create a combination of DNA 1 and DNA 2. Then convert that DNA to RNA. So in this step, we are just using the left-hand side of the DNA. So I've taken your left-hand side over here, I've transferred it down onto page 3. So all you have to do is keep going. So I've started here, TACG. That matches what you've got here on page 2, TACG. And you'll just keep on going and matching DNA 1 and DNA 2. For RNA, you're going to do the other side of the code. RNA is very similar to DNA. The only difference is that instead of using T's, RNA uses a chemical called uracil, which we show with the letter U. So A matches with U instead of T. Otherwise, everything is the same. T is A, C is G, G is C. So to complete the first couple here, just to help you out, T is going to go with A. So I'm going to copy that and paste it up here. A, remember, is not going to be T, it's going to be U. So I'm going to grab a U from up here. Straighten that out. And C always goes with G. So I'm going to grab a G. And there's my G. Okay. And you'll keep on going all the way down. Step 3, it says recreate your DNA model number 1 to the left, then recreate your RNA model. In the third strand, you will recreate your combination of RNA number 1 and RNA number 2. Finally, you will use the colored circles to match with the RNA you created to make your amino acid chain. So just so you're aware, this is DNA model number 1. This is RNA model number 1. So this is just the first 12 from DNA model 1. So remember back, we can go here to page 2. Page 1 is the same. Our RNA model started with TACG. So our DNA model number 1 here is going to be TA. C. Whoop. There it goes. And G. Okay. So RNA model 1, remember we're going to match T goes with A goes with T, but remember RNA isn't T, it's going to be U. So here's my boxes for my RNA models over here. So we're going to get A, U, and C goes with G. Okay, so A, U, G, and I guess I'll finish this up. And C. Okay. RNA model 1 and 2, so this is going to be your combination. So it's going to look exactly the same as what you've got here on page 3. So it's going to start with AUG. So I'm just going to take these, them over, A, U, G, and C. Oh, not exactly straight, but that's okay. AUGC. Oh, I can't help myself here. And then I'm going to, these are circles for our amino acids. So this first triplet reads AUG. So I'm going to look for AUG right here. I'm going to copy that and paste it. This is going to be AUG. So AUG, AUG, and I'm good to go. Your last step right here in step 4, it says move the amino acids above to their correct locations, just like you did on page 4. Then use the amino acid chart to the left to identify the correct amino acid for each circle. The first amino acid has been completed for you. So if you remember back to page 4, we had AUG. Okay, so AUG is right here. And if you want, you can fill in your RNA here. I'm not, I'm just going back to page 4 and I'm just filling in what I have here for my circles. And AUG goes with an amino acid called methionine. The way I know that is because I read this amino acid table over here to the left. So it says first base in the mRNA triplet is the letter A. So this is AUG. I'm reading A. And then I'm going to go down here to U, because it's the second letter in the RNA triplet. Now, once I go down to U, I can't then go back to any of these over here. I have to stay within this U column. So A, U, and then G is the third letter in my amino acid triplet. So A, U, G, and I follow it down. And that's a chemical called methionine, and it shows me right here. Okay, so AUG, methionine, that's how I know it's methionine. So you would fill in the rest, you would fill in the amino acids, and you're done.